Okay, so the recording has started. Hi, so
Hi.
hello everyone. So I would introduce Dr. Uma. So she's Dr. Uma Shroff. She's an ophthalmologist and she's currently working at Tejas Eye Hospital in Mandvi in Gujarat. So, okay. So, Dr. Uma, like, I would like you to introduce yourself first. So let's begin.
I think you have introduced me well, and nothing much to add. But yes, I am an ophthalmologist. I have done a fellowship in pediatric ophthalmology and strabismus, so I'm doing that also in addition to routine cataracts and routine patients.
Right. So, I have got to know that you have made a record in doing the number of surgeries per day. So, if you could tell about that to our audience recently.
That's just my personal best, and many other surgeons do much more than that. But I had done like 28 surgeries in a day. So that was my personal best. And I think someone with 3, 4 years of experience is expected to do that much. So I have not done something very great about
No, no, but
doing
that's also commendable, I would say.
surgeries.
Yes. So, if you could tell us what is your routine in work?
Well, routinely, weekdays are divided into OPD and OT days. The timings remain same from 8:30 to 5:30 with a 1 hour break, lunch break in between. And I am doing OPDs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Rest of the days are OT days.
Right.
So that is the schedule.
Correct. So, which one do you think are more stressful, OPD or OT?
Well, not stressful, but it depends on the day-to-day basis because sometimes the patients are so annoying. Sometimes what happens is they don't care about their own eyes, but you know that they are ruining their own eyes, or sometimes the parents are so careless that they don't take care of their children, and that's disappointing, disheartening, and that's why you get stressed about it sometimes because the OPD load is so much. Sometimes some patients may start fighting, or just the kids won't cooperate, and back to back so many patients that way to see. So sometimes OPD may be stressful, sometimes because OTs usually are good, but sometimes what happens is you are doing some complicated surgery, you need so much of good assistance, and your assistants are not competent enough. So then it is more stressful that way. It depends on day-to-day basis.
Right. So, coming to surgeries, where you told that sometimes the staff is incompetent. So, in that case, how do you manage to focus on the surgery and not let uh, it go somewhere else? I mean, go to some direction where, because you are going to operate on eyes, and those are definitely very critical organs of our body. So we need 100% accuracy over there. So we can just not manage to even have a little bit of here and there. So how do you do that?
Well, uh, so yes, the stress is there, and I won't lie, but I do get angry with my assistants if they are not competent enough. They don't meet my expectations, or they do some mistakes which are affecting my surgery, because surgery is something that requires so much of responsibility. You are dealing with some human. and you can't, there is no space, no scope for mistakes. Of course, mistakes can happen and it might be stressful, but there is nothing like managing to do your best, because surgery is something I think every surgeon in this world will be that much um, competent not to, like most of the surgeons, not to complicate, because it is a reflex, it's a spinal reflex, you can't go wrong in the surgery. Yes, your stress may manifest in different ways, but because because we are looking at the outcomes also, we know that this step, if this goes wrong, this will happen, this will happen. And it is not 100% true sometimes, not because of, just because of stress, sometimes because of something else also, if the surgery gets complicated and all. So staying focused, I think that is just a reflex, I don't have to think about it. It's just a reflex that has to be my best. I think that's what, like, maybe the obsession to get the best result out of whatever I am doing, the putting the best whatever I have in myself as a surgeon, or as a physician, as a clinician. So putting my best is what keeps me going, because
Right,
after all, I know that if I do my best, this is, the results are going to be great, and happy patients, sometimes not so happy patients, but still I know that this is the best that could have been done. So
correct, correct.
being my own critic, maybe that's all those factors play a role in um in doing my best. That's what.
Right, right. So, like moving on to my work, like I would like to share about that as well. So, like in the field of data that we work as data scientists, data analysts, data engineers, so like we need to deal with data. Definitely, that is critical. But it is, I would definitely say that sometimes here and there is still affordable because it's not something that's going to risk a life. So, like that's why I wanted you to share with us that what makes you focus, because we also need to focus in our work. We need to ensure that whenever we have deliverables, we need to give some data to the clients, to the stakeholders. We need to ensure that the data is accurate. There are some inconsistencies, but then it is necessary for us to focus on what is going wrong. So that's why like I wanted you to explain that. So that was pretty good. Like I just wanted that it's a good sort of a harmony between like engineers and doctors. Like both of them are doing their work in their respective fields, but focus is something that is a transferable skill, I would say, that it is required everywhere, right? So, like, then I would ask you if you have any advice uh, for us, like, to improve focus. That would be really helpful.
Well, because you are talking about dealing with data, data annoys me a lot. So I know it's more stressful. Maybe human contact is something very natural to a human being, and that's why it's not that stressful. Maybe I may be wrong, but sometimes I feel that dealing with data may be more stressful, and I don't know how much you go through. So of course I don't have any tips for you, any specific things. But yeah, maybe if you have so much of data and computer work and all that monotonous things, then you need to take a break, talk with your family, just like I am very lucky. I have a supportive family, a supportive husband, and it's like talking to your friends or family, or that all will be very helpful. Eating your favorite food, getting enough sleep, all that will help, and walking and all small things. But I am not the best person to comment about dealing with stress.
Okay, so like as you mentioned that you are working in hospital, so you would also be dealing with some kind of data, right? So if you could brief us about what different types of data you deal with and what you want to improve in that, like what is the sort of uh, improvement that you want to make in the process that you have probably for getting data, like you would be using data in hospitals.
Yeah. So yes. So publications is one of a very valuable thing to do, but I'm not good at it again. So I have not done many publications, but yes, we need to collect data, we need to analyze, and then we need to publish. So and all sort of data can be collected, like all the socio-economic factors or numbers, my surgical outcomes, like what kind of incision brings out what kind of results, what IOLs are better than which other one, some therapeutic techniques, this one is better than this one, or if I'm doing this, what's the outcome. So all that is dependent on data. And I know I need to improve a lot because I am dependent on data, this. Um,
Data consistency.
No, no, I'm dependent on the community person for doing all the data analysis, collection, etc.
Right, 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 right. And then, like while you do surgeries, you also must be noting the details of the patients and all, right? So you would be
Yes.
having a database sort of where you store all the data. So, like if you have some idea about that, like how is that data being monitored, how it is being used, if you can share that as well.
Well, we are still paper based, so all the data is on the paper, and then we are using a software. Our specific staff puts in all the data into that software, and they are maintaining the data. So whenever we want to see how many surgeries I have done, how many patients I have seen, what is the outcome, it is all available. But analysis and all, actually feeding the data also is done by someone else for us for now, because we are paper based. I am writing it on paper, and they are then putting it in the software.
Correct, correct. Right, right. Correct. So that brings me back to like as I am dealing with data, then probably like in future maybe we can collaborate. In maybe I can help you with the analysis or all that is needed probably.
Yes. Sure, sure.
And like okay, so maybe we can sort of wind this up. So, like the main takeaways I would say out of this is that we need to improve focus. So, according to Dr. Uma, what she says is that it's necessary that mental health is equally important in order to improve focus. So, for that, it is good to have conversations with your near and dear ones, to have some physical exercise. Maybe that could also help in blood circulation and it would relax you a bit. So that is going to improve your focus. And like sort of if that can be included in your day-to-day life, that would definitely help you in keeping focused every day. And then the other point that you told is to bring the best out of you. So we need to have that uh, obsession that you told, that we don't need to think anything else. We just need the best out of us. So if we
Yes,
have that determination, then we can definitely have complete focus in what we do. Correct.
correct.
Yes. Anything else you would like to add?
No, I think you have summarized it very well.
Right, right, right. So it was very nice talking to you, Dr. Uma. So
Yes,
everyone,
yes,
yes, so everyone, this is a part of International Women's Day celebration that we have. So it's a good, I would say, to have a doctor on board with us to discuss, because we generally have the people from tech, and now we have a doctor to get a completely new perspective of what all is happening in the world. It's not just tech. Both of those go hand in hand. Yes. So that was really nice. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.